Hey guys, I'm going to show you today how to do one-point perspective. If you were in my yellow group, then you got a taste of it a little bit, and then I realized I need to go do another video. So let's work on it together this time. So first things first, you have a paper, you have a sharpened pencil, and you have a ruler. If you don't have these, then you're a little bit behind. So, first things first, you should be putting your name, grade, and color on your paper. Say 4, and I'm going to be yellow group. Okay. Flip that over. And this is the side you're going to work on. You're going to start by measuring your paper. And then we measure it 12 inches. So we want to make a point right at 6. And remember, this has a name. We're going to use it. Don't do this on your paper, but I'm going to label it for you. We call it the vanishing point. That's the point in your picture where everything disappears. Okay. Without moving our ruler, we are going to draw a line across our paper. Draw it lightly. That way you can go back and erase if you need to. Okay, then we are going to call this the horizon line. Now, that horizon line is called that, 1, because it's a horizontal line, 2, because it separates ground from sky. So this is sky, this is ground. From there, you are going to draw a path. So first things first, to draw a path, you are going to put your ruler on your vanishing point, and you are going to line this side up down here with the corner of your paper. Just like that. Hold it with this hand and draw a line. Make sure it's a straight one. Okay. Once you have that drawn, go to the other side. Do it again. Line up at the vanishing point. Line up with the corner of your paper. Hold the ruler the best you can. Draw a line. Now I'm drawing very light. That way, if I need to, I can go back and erase. Which I messed up this one a little bit, so I need to go back and erase a little bit. See that? Erase. Okay. Line up. Fix my line. Okay. So this is your path. And you have to imagine you're standing here. And you can see all the way down there. So everything disappears. There's nothing left. So, to remind you of that, you can do something like a sun in the background. A little sunset. Little sun rays coming off of it. Don't do those dark. You might need to erase them. See, like that one? I don't like that. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Do more like that. Okay. So now, we need to do things on the way to that vanishing point. So first things first. We need to learn how to draw objects in distance. Let's start with a fence, because I really like drawing fences. I think they're very interesting. First things first, we need to decide where our fence is going to be. Now, I'm going to draw it right here. Just like that. Now, I'm just going to curve an edge here, and curve an edge here, and go back and make it into a pole. Okay, just like that. Now, in order for it to look like it's going away, you have to line it up with the vanishing point again. So, put it on the vanishing point here, line it up with the top of that pole over there. Now, every pole you do after this point is going to be on this line. So let's say I want to do a pole here and another one here. For us to get the bottom, you're simply going to move this down to the end of your pole, line it up with the vanishing point, so it matches here, it matches here, and we're going to go to the first mark we made, go down to the ruler, make another mark. So that's our second pole. Here's our third mark. Go straight down to the ruler, make another mark. So that's where your poles are going to be. So just round off the tip where you marked it. Round it off at the bottom where you marked it. And draw your sides in with the ruler. You have to do it with the ruler and make sure that you get it straight. Okay, so there's your poles. Now we need to do the shelves that are on the poles, like a fence would. I can't think of the name right now, but we're going to draw them anyways. So line up with your vanishing point here. Line up at the top of your pole here. Hold this firmly, because you don't want it to move. You're going to move the rest of the ruler. You know what? Scratch that. Don't hold this firmly, because you're going to need to align it again. But line it up. Move this down where you want it. Make sure that's on the vanishing point. Then hold it. And you're simply going to draw a line from pole to pole. Don't go through the pole. Move it down some. Adjust for the vanishing point. Do it again. Okay, so you already have my horizon line there. I'm going to use that. I'll line it here. And then I don't have to draw a line. I'll just have to go back and erase where it goes through my poles. Move on to the next one. Line up with the vanishing point. You see how I move it every time, but every time I line up with the vanishing point. Just going to keep doing that until you work your way all the way down the pole. Okay, now double check your work. Sometimes you forget how many you've done. So we have one here, 2, and you're skipping the area in the middle. So 1, 2. If you need to, you can make it like a little line that you can erase. 1, 2, 3. So this next one will be 4. Because you want each little shelf here to be solid and not have a line that goes to nothing. So you need to make sure that you have an even number of lines. Line up. Line it up. Just keep going until you fill in that area all the way down. Okay, I'm getting awfully close to the bottom here. Let's see how many I have. Well, you see how I don't have another shelf down here, yet there's a line? So I need one more to fill that space. And one more should do it. Okay, so I'm at the bottom of this pole. I can't go any further over here. There's my poles. So now, if you don't want to forget, you can do some wood grain on it, which is just a little line. That way you understand your picture, and you can tell, hey, you know, that's a shelf on there, or a wood panel. Because it is easy to get confused. Excuse me. I think I'm getting sick again. Okay, so you see how our horizon line goes through the pole here? We need to make sure that we go back and erase that. Do it before you forget. Otherwise, at the end, it's going to be something that comes back to you. You didn't do this. You need to go do this. So that's your fence. I mean, you can have it going all the way to the vanishing point and all the way out. I'm just showing you an example. Another one that somebody showed or asked me about is doing like a blockade across, which you could do. You could line this up exactly on the other side and do a blockade in the middle, like the path is blocked. But somebody asked me about doing a building. So I'm going to show you guys on the other side how to do a building. And it's the same concept, really. Okay, so let's say I want my building here. First things first. Before you ever do a building, you do need to do some sort of like a sidewalk something to, for it to line up to. And you just put it with your vanishing point there and draw the line down. It doesn't have to be exact. But you want it to be out from this one. And that gives you something to draw to. And what I mean by that, just, to your line here. So I'm going to draw over my writing, and I'm going to put, I want my building here. And it's going to be a tall building. Now I want that building to go all the way over here. Let's see. First things first. Line up with the vanishing point and the top of your building. Figure out where you want the top of your building to be. Oh, you can't see that. There we go. I'll line it up. Now, I'm thinking I want it to be a decently wide building, so I'm going to put my point there. Now, I've already done this measurement, so I know it's correct. So I can just draw a straight line down from that point to where it should go. Line up with your ruler. This is the hardest part because you need to make sure that it's straight. So, you know what? I'm going to fix that. You can measure how wide your ruler is and do a mark next to where you wanted it to be. And then just double check that it lines up. So right there. Go back and erase. I hope everyone understood what I just did there. Since this one, I can't tell if it's straight anymore. So I made the building the width of my ruler. And I marked it. And then I double checked that it was in the right spot with the vanishing point. And yes, it is. Which, if I do this, you can see that. So that's going to be my roof. And since it's the width of the ruler, if I line up the ruler with this line, it will line it up exactly where I need it to go on the other side. Draw down from the point down there. So there's the side of my building. Okay. Excuse me. So that's the side of my building. Now we're going to have to go out this way. That simply is another line down. Use the ruler's width again. Make sure it's across here. Draw down. Make sure it's across here. And you want it to be exactly where that building stopped. This is a hard part, by the way. And then you can connect it Essentially, if you wanted to, you could do like a little street here. And of course your roof will go straight across. Okay, so that's a building. A window, same thing. Line up with your vanishing point. So you want a window here and here. Move it down a little bit. Make sure that it's still over here. Okay, just to double check myself, I'm going to go all the way to the edge here, just like it is on this side. So then I know when I move down, I need to go from the side, all the way over, from this side, all the way over. And connect. It's kind of like the fence. Keep moving down. And luckily our rulers are pretty awesome. So I need to correct that. Our rulers are pretty awesome, so you can actually see through them and make sure that you're doing it right. If you're not, you can go back and correct yourself. Oh, I forgot. This should be straight down. Always double check yourself, because this is not easy. Okay, so you get the idea for the windows. Another easy way to do it, probably easier, is to just draw the line straight across like you would the fence. It's easier to not get confused, put it that way. Use your horizon line. Now, going towards the bottom, see how it angles down? You keep going with the vanishing point for everything. Everything. Let's see. Windows here. Windows here. Windows here. Windows here. Yes, I did it perfectly. Okay, so that's how your windows are going to be. You can do the same thing on the other side. That makes sense. Only you're going to be doing it across from here. Let's go ahead and do these all the way down. That one's already done for us. The hardest part about this is getting these straight. You're never sure. Okay, just like that. And then you can do little lines down. for your windows. And that is a building. Okay, next thing. If you wanted to do lines in the road, you want to get a center of your paper just like this. Hold your ruler steady. And you're just going to start with small amount, or put your ruler just slightly to the left of the vanishing point, just a little bit, because you know when you draw on your ruler, sometimes it kind of moves it over a little bit. So draw a line, and you're just going to do really tiny lines, very close together to start with. And as you start moving out, start making them longer. Make each one a little bit longer than the last one until you run off the paper. So now you have building on this side, you have your road, you have sidewalk, you have a fence, a very tall fence. If you want to do short fence, I'd start it like down here. And everything about perspective is all about going towards that vanishing point. This is 1 point perspective. Now there are instances where there are 2 points. We're not going to get into that right now because that's even more difficult. But this is very important for all of your pictures. Everything needs a place to go. Okay? And that also gives you a foreground where things are in front, a middle ground, things a bit further away, like this, and then a background, like the sky. All of these combined will give you a great picture. So now, I want you to try this on your own. Maybe flip your paper over, since all you have is this right here. Hopefully you wrote it in the corner. And I want you to try it again on your own. At least give me a vanishing point, the road, and 2 objects. Doesn't matter what type of object. But I need to see vanishing point. Oh, horizon line as well. A road or path, and 2 objects. It does not have to be a fence, and it does not have to be a building. And my light went off. Let's see if I can get it back on. There it goes. Okay, so you have the rest of the class time to do that, if there is some class time. If not, then you'll have to practice it on your own. But this is just practice. Next week, or I know you guys are doing a mural project, or not a mural project. Oh, I can't talk anymore. Not a mural project. You're doing the Black History Month performance. 5th grade is doing a mural. So when you guys come back to my class, since you're not going to be here, we will do a real one. This is just practice. Okay? Hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing your papers. Yay!